This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore.
If you're somebody who's even been paying half-assed attention to Donald Trump and his decisive dereliction of duty related to the coronavirus, you know that he has lied to the American people and really just given up while claiming absolute victory. In February, he said that we got 15 people who have the virus and pretty soon it's going to be down to 0. He said it was like the flu. He said it was going to go away magically. Magically, he said it would go away. And here we are today, 283,000 plus Americans have died from something that was going to magically go away or be down to 0. Over 15 million Americans at this point have been infected by the coronavirus. Over 200,000 new infections every single day for more than a week. And Donald Trump is nowhere to be found, except for today. Today, he's going to sign an executive order, a toothless, just performative executive order about America first. Making the virus, making the vaccines available to Americans first. Something that he has no power to do under this particular executive order. This isn't the Defense Production Act. This is something else. Because he wants to act like a winner. He wants to act like he's doing something. He doesn't want to actually do something. And today's executive order signing ceremony comes on the heels of yesterday's reporting from the New York Times that the Trump administration, Donald Trump, passed on the opportunity to buy more of Pfizer's vaccine when it became available. The article entitled, "Trump Administration Passes on Chance to Secure More of Pfizer Vaccine," the pharmaceutical company offered the government a chance to lock in additional supplies before its vaccine was proved effective in clinical trials. And they did not do that. They promised hundreds of millions of doses of vaccine that everyone who wanted the vaccine, who needed the vaccine, which is everyone, that they would have an opportunity to get it. They would get the vaccine. Once again, they lied. They're liars who lie at the expense of American lives. So much for America first. Reading from the article, before Pfizer's coronavirus vaccine was proved highly successful in clinical trials last month, the company offered the Trump administration the chance to lock in supplies beyond the 100 million doses the pharmaceutical maker agreed to sell the government as part of a $1.95 billion deal over the summer. But the administration, according to people familiar with the talks, never made the deal, a choice that now raises questions whether the United States allowed other countries to take its place in line. And that's what's happened. Pfizer has manufacturing facilities overseas. They've signed deals with the European Union, as well as other countries. And Donald Trump now thinks he's going to be able to tell this private company what to do, because he's the president. After it signed its federal contract in late July, Pfizer went on to seal deals with other governments, including the European Union, which last month finalized an agreement to acquire 200 million doses from Pfizer and its German partner. On Tuesday, Britain will begin inoculating its population with the vaccine. President Trump has hailed the development of the vaccine as a victory for his administration, even though Pfizer, unlike the developer of the other most promising vaccine, Moderna, took no upfront money from the government's Operation Warp Speed development program. Again, this has been the talking point, and that's all it is a talking point from the Trump administration for months. because they ignored wearing a mask. They ignored a stay-at-home order on a larger scale. And they've been looking forward to the vaccine, and even that they blew. Even that they screwed up. This last weekend, Health and Human Services Secretary Alex Azar was on with Chris Wallace on Fox News, and he, when asked about the fact that they promised hundreds of millions of doses, he dodges and bobs and weaves and tries to avoid a front answer. Watch this moment. Classic Trump administration.
You originally promised that there would be 300 million doses of the vaccine by the end of the year. It now looks like it's going to be roughly about 10% of that, 35 to 40 million doses, because of various supply problems on the part of the vaccine makers. So this isn't going to go just according to the book. There are going to be some obstacles.
Well, Chris, we're looking at really historic accomplishment. 6 months from when, at the president's direction, I created Operation Warp Speed. We're looking at having multiple vaccines FDA approved and close to 40 million doses of FDA approved vaccine releasable by the end of this year. What I've always said is high tens of millions of doses of FDA gold standard vaccine by the end of the year. We'll have that. We'll have 40 million releasable, as well as a comparable amount that will be going through final quality control for release in January.
You see, because they're liars. They don't care about the horrible health outcomes that we're seeing right now. All they care about is looking like they did something, looking like they accomplished something, when in actuality they don't. Finishing up from the New York Times, on Tuesday, Mr. Trump is holding a White House event to promote the program's role and plans to issue an executive order that applies his America First philosophy to the pandemic by proclaiming that other nations will not get the U.S. supplies of its vaccine until Americans have been inoculated. The executive order by itself appears to have no real teeth and does not expand the U.S. supply of doses, according to a description of the order on Monday by senior administration officials. But it provides Mr. Trump with a talking point to rebut any criticisms about the limited initial supply of the vaccine. They want a talking point. He wants a photo op. They don't care about governing. They don't care about the deaths. The radical level of death and infection that we see here, uniquely here in the United States. 15 million. A million every less than a week. Right now it's 202,268. That was yesterday. Every 5 days, it's another million people infected with the virus. Over 1,500 to 2,500, almost 3,000. And we haven't even seen the spike, the surge from people who irresponsibly dealt with Thanksgiving, family Thanksgivings, because they're special. They miss their family in a special way that's unique. We haven't even seen the death spike and the infection spike from that, or the one that will invariably happen after Christmas. All of this is almost over, folks. I've said it before, I'll repeat it. We're for sure not going to get rid of Trump. We're just going to get rid of him as president. We're going to get rid of him from him having any authority over making laws, over governing, over enforcing policy. The adults are getting ready to step up to the plate. President-elect Joe Biden, Vice President-elect Kamala Harris. Anyway, I'd love to know what you think. give me a call. Leave me a voicemail, 714-576-4054. Email me daily@dollemore.com. I'd love to know what you think. What's your perspective on this? Where am I going wrong? Am I going wrong? The other thing I would ask you to consider supporting my work here on YouTube for fewer than $2 a month. You can become a channel member. Click the little join button below the video here and become a channel member. Help support independent voices like mine. Very important. If I'm not your flavor, that's okay. I'm not for everybody. Most certainly I'm not for everybody. But if there is somebody out there who brings you value in this space on YouTube or wherever, support that person. Anyway, I'd love to have you connect with me on social media. I'll see you next time. Until then, be genuine. Take care of one another.